Yo, what is up, Earth signs? How y'all doing? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to take a little look here today and see what's going on with your current relationship. Current relationship. So, this is one mini reading for each Earth sign. One for Taurus, one for Virgo, one for Capricorn. If you are not currently in a relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. All right. Let me get my incense in here. There we go. Okay. All right. So you know what to do if you are in need of a personal reading. The information is in the description of the video. And remember, now we have moved the weekly readings from what would have been today to Sunday. So you can pre-order anytime. Everything is still the same. They're read in the order of which they come in live on this channel every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'm still doing 24-hour readings, though, as of right now, as far as the full personal readings go. All that information is in the description. All right, let's jump into this. Taurus, let's see what's going on. Let's get a general energetic overview of Taurus's current relationship. General energetic overview. Knight of Coins reverse. Ten of Wands. It's kind of looking like this is starting to become mainly a burden. Oh, man, and the Nine of Wands? Some of you dealing with a Pisces, possibly. I feel like this is a good old-fashioned case of unrequited love, but what I'm thinking is it kind of feels like this connection is a little bit expired. That's what it feels like. A little bit expired, man. Feels like a completed soul contract to me. That's what it feels like, a completed soul contract. But on top of that, all of the tension and the just everything that's built up over the time. Oh, and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Damn, dog. For some of you, financial issues could be causing some stress between the two of you, possibly. But yeah, it's Ace of Cups reversed. It's almost looking like the love is drained dry from this situation. And when you have a completed soul contract, this tension does nothing but get heavier as time goes on. The burden gets heavier. So, okay, well, let's see how this person feels about you. How's the current person feel about Taurus? Did y'all get notified today? Let me know if y'all got notified. I'm going to be doing the weekend forecast here in a little bit. How's the current person feel about Taurus? Hermit. Kind of feels like this person... Well, the Hermit, yeah, they're about to throw in the white towel on this, I'm thinking, dude. I think so. They have a really, I think they want to give up on this. They want to, but they just can't. They can't quite walk away from this. But there's a part of them, they wish that they could just flip a switch and turn it all off. I think this person truly does believe that they still love you. I don't know. I think they go back and forth. I think some days they feel like they love you. Other days they feel like they're sick of you. And you might feel the same way. You very well may. But they wish they could give up on this. They just can't. They can't throw in the white towel. They can't walk away from this. Now, usually, usually I'll see something that indicates some on and off energy here. I'm not really seeing that. I guess there's some of you who could have been on and off with this person, but you know, I guess not. Maybe for some of you, you could have just been fucking pushing through this whole time. But yeah, they don't really feel like this is very stable. They wish they could just give up on this. That's the only thing I can say. But they can't abandon this. They can't. You feel like a part of them, you know? So they're patiently waiting to see if things are ever going to get better. Karmic wheel again. Yeah, so, well, I guess let's get some advice on this then. Let's get some advice on this. I don't even know what to say myself, to be honest with you. I really don't. What's the advice for Taurus? Queen of Pentacles. Two more. Queen of Wands. Hermit reversed. Well, Six of Swords, see? If it hasn't already, which I think for some of you it has, but this is about to start turning kind of toxic if it hasn't already. It's like I said, when you have a completed soul contract like that, the energy just gets heavier. And it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. So, unless the two of you can meet in the middle somehow, unless the two of you can do that, you're kind of just prolonging the inevitable with a situation like this. It's just going to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So, had the two of you had a conversation? We need to sit down and talk this out. I listen to you and take all of your concerns into consideration. You listen to me. You take all of my concerns into consideration. And we both make change and compromise accordingly. Sounds so simple, man. You know? It sounds so simple to sit and talk about. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, for all intents and purposes, it is simple. It's just amazing how hard it is to get two people on the same page like that. Because nobody wants to work on themselves. Working on yourself sucks, man. So you can do all the work on yourself that you want. If they're not willing to do that, it ain't gonna work. So that would be about the only thing if you all haven't tried that yet. If you all haven't, if you have though, because I know I can already tell there's a couple of you like, I already tried that. We already had every conversation that we can have. I've tried explaining to them till my face turns blue what my concerns are. I've listened to all their concerns and I'm acting accordingly to their concerns, but they just don't want to hear anything that I have to say. Ain't nothing you can do at that point. Nothing you can do. So just take that and do with it what you will. All right. Virgo. Let's get a general energetic overview of Virgo's current relationship. Remember, if you're not in a relationship that is experiencing problems, this is not for you. I would even go as far as to say that if you're in a relationship and everything's going all good, why are you even watching me, honestly? What are you even doing here? What are you doing here, man? You're welcome to come here if you want. But seriously, I'm seriously curious. If you're in a healthy, successful relationship, what are you doing here? All right, anyway, let's see what's going on with Virgo. Uh-oh, Magician reversed. Manipulation. Manipulation. Shady, sneaky, tricky manipulation. Okay. Are you dealing with somebody that's just an extremely immature communicator? I'll be damned. Look, you got the karmic wheel in the upright. Well, I guess, especially if you're dealing with a Taurus, because that's the same card that came out for them. It's looking like we got a completed soul contract. But I think what's yelling at me more than anything here is the Page of Wands, Page of Swords. It don't get no more immature than that. This is as immature as it gets right here. Are you dealing with somebody that's an immature communicator or just immature in general? Maybe some of you have kids with this person. Is that mainly the main thing that's keeping you around? I'm not seeing any love here. Do I have any cups? 6 of cups. Okay. But I'm really not seeing any love here. I ain't got no king, queen of cups, ace, page, knight, 10. Not even the 9, dude. Well, okay. Let's see how they feel about you. I don't see this coming to an end anytime soon, by the way. I don't. I do see that karmic wheel in the upright, but it does look like y'all are hanging in there. How's the current person feel about Virgo? What's their true feelings, energies, and intentions? 2 more, 2 more. King of Pentacles reversed again. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? I think this person is just an extremely immature communicator. Very defensive. But see, when it all comes down to it, 9 of Swords, this person is a mess internally. A mess. They don't know how to process it, and they don't know how to communicate it. So if you're a mess internally and you don't know how to process it and you don't know how to communicate it, it's going to come out sideways. And there's going to be lots of defensiveness and arguments and fights and whatnot. So I think they don't really want things to come to an end, but at the same time, they don't really feel the strongest connection with you anymore either. At the same time. So, especially for those of you who have been in a long-term relationship with this person, they probably see it as you are just their comfort zone. You know, if it's been like 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, I think you're just their comfort zone. You know how you ever met somebody that did a real long stay in prison? You know, like 10 years, and then they get out and they don't know how to fucking function. I've literally heard people who have done a big long stay in prison say they want to go back because they became that comfortable with it. Okay? If you sit in shit long enough, you'll get comfortable and stop smelling it. Just because something's toxic doesn't mean it can't become your comfort zone. And I'm thinking that that's kind of what's happening with this person here. They don't want this to come to an end. They really don't. But they don't feel the strongest connection with you anymore. They're playing the victim too, by the way. It's all your fault. All your fault, Virgo. That probably doesn't come as a shock to you, does it? All right, well, let's grab some advice on this. Let's grab up some advice. What's the advice for Virgo's current relationship? King of Pentacles reversed for the 3rd time in a row. You know what that kind of tells me? Like I said, I think a lot of you are dealing with somebody who is literally mentally incapable of being the person you want and or need them to be. I don't think they're capable of it. So the question is, can you accept that? Now that's an open-ended question. That's literally not rhetorical. I'm not being a smartass. I'm not saying that you shouldn't accept it. That's me asking you. Can you accept it? Now, I'm not saying that this is the end-all, be-all solution to completely saving this, but it would be a step in the right direction towards saving this. It'd be one step in the right direction. If you could just step back and say, well, you know what? I did. It is what it is. You is who you is. Ain't nothing I can do about it. So fuck it. I guess it just is what it is, and just accept it. I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying if you did, that would at least be one step in the direction of saving this. There would still be a lot more to it than that. Oh, there'd be a lot more to it. But that would put things in the direction of saving this. Yeah, I'm thinking that's about all you can do here. That's about all you can do. Have y'all had a conversation? I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Taurus. Have y'all had a conversation? Y'all ever try to sit down and talk things out? And listen to each other? I know this sounds simple and cheesy and stupid, but you listen to each other. You listen to them, take all of their concerns into consideration. They listen to you, take all of your concerns into consideration, and both of you act accordingly. Simple as it sounds, it's really hard to get two people to do that. If you haven't done that, I would at least give that a shot. I would at least give it a shot. But if you've already done that, like I said, accepting things for what they are would be about the only thing you can really do to at least get the ball rolling in the direction of this not falling the fuck apart within the next year or two. Because I would say you have minimum another year left of this. You might be able to stretch it on another few years the way it is, but it's falling apart like this, man. It is. So, man, this is, I'm going to tell you what, of all the things that I read in my career, all the different situations, scenarios, my least favorite part is advice for a current relationship. That's my least favorite part. And I'll tell you why. Because there is no one thing that you can tell one person that will save the whole relationship. It don't work that way. It just simply does not work that way. Because a relationship cannot be saved by one person. It just can't. It can't. I don't care who did what. I don't care who's in the wrong. I don't care. If we don't have both people working together as a team, it won't happen. It will not happen. Best case scenario, you'll build a life partnership with somebody that's a very unhappy, miserable, toxic life partnership. Best case scenario. So I got to be tedious with the advice I give when it comes to this situation here. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see, what's the issue? Remember, if you're not in a relationship that is experiencing problems, this is not for you. What is the dealio with Capricorn in the current relationship? What's going on? Hermit. Some of y'all dealing with a Virgo, possibly. I feel like that's your energy, though. Kind of withdrawn. You feel kind of alone and by yourself. You may feel like you're doing everything by yourself. Some of y'all may even be to a point where you're sleeping in separate beds. But if not, I have a feeling that even when you lay down with this person to go to bed at night, you still feel like you're 1,000 miles apart. Like you all just almost aren't even connected anymore, are you? You just feel very alone. It may even get to a point where you feel like you don't even know them anymore. Okay, well, I do see y'all working through this, though. King of Pentacles reversed. I don't want to go on that tangent again. See, you feel very alone. Very, very alone. But you all are working through this. You're working through this. Even though you're working through it, you still have a lack of faith. You still have a lack of faith. But y'all are working through this with the Five of Wands reversed. You're doing the best you can to work through this. But, you know, I think it almost feels like it's even to a point where even though you are working through it, it still don't feel right. There's still a big disconnect there. You still feel all alone. You feel all by yourself. You don't feel connected to them anymore. Like I said, some of you may even feel like you don't even know them anymore. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Every single card you could possibly ask for that deals with isolation and being alone and independent all came out in the same spread. All of them did. So, damn, dog. Some of you dealing with, let's see who I got here. I got Virgo, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Now let's see how the current person feel about you. How does Capricorn's current partner feel about them, universe? Ace of Swords. Could be an air sign for some of you. Hangman. 10 of Wands. Okay. Well. Okay, how am I going to word this? Okay, so they do. Hang on. They have their version of love for you, but I don't think it's your version of love. They do believe that you are their person, and they believe they love you. They do. Some of y'all about to get real mad at me, but I don't think this person has bad intentions. Now, that does not mean that they have not done bad things. This is where it gets twisted, man. This is where it gets slippery. Just because somebody has bad intentions doesn't mean that they're always doing bad things. And just because somebody has good intentions doesn't mean that they're always doing good things. Intention is the energy behind your actions and your words. And it's really easy to judge people's intentions. Matter of fact, that's pretty much 90% of what judgment is judging somebody's intentions. And it can be really, 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 really easy to misjudge somebody's intentions. Really easy. I'm not taking this person's side. I'm not saying that. The reason why I read intentions is to give you the freedom to make the decision as to whether or not you'll let something slide. Okay? And I am not here to tell you what decision you should make on that. That is completely up to you. There are some things that if I know your intentions, okay, I can let that slide. There's other things that I don't give a fuck what your intentions were. You crossed the line, fuck you. Good intentions or not, I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit how you meant it. I don't care what your intentions were. You crossed the fucking line. That's different. That's idiosyncratic. That's very, very different to the individual. That's the reason why I give intentions. Can you excuse this person's actions knowing that they don't really have bad intentions? Maybe they're just that immature or that broken or that stupid. Maybe they're just that lost. It'd be like that sometimes, man. But again, at what point does it cross the line where it's like, fuck it, no, I'm drawing the line. Whether you had good intentions or not, you crossed the fucking line. You crossed it. It is what it is. So you make that decision. I'm not judging you either way. But yeah, they do believe that they are in love with you, and they do believe that you are their person. They do. And let's grab some advice on this. Let's grab up some advice. What's the advice for Capricorn in the current relationship? Justice reversed. Hang on, this deck's being troublesome. All right, last shuffle, last one. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Well, I do think that a decision does need to be made at some point. Honestly, and I don't say this very often. I don't even know if I want to say this or not. But have y'all tried couples therapy? Have y'all tried that? New faces, I don't say that very often. As a matter of fact, I can't even remember a time that I've ever said that during a reading. I may have said it before, but because this does feel like something that can be saved. It could. But see where it runs into the issue. Okay, so we've beat that drum to death about, how both of you have to be working on it. Okay, now, I've said that till my face turns blue. But what do you do when the person is mentally incapable of understanding how to work on it? Then what do you do? What do you do? There is no working on a relationship. When it all comes down to it, no one person can work on the relationship. The only thing you can work on is yourself. The only thing they can work on is themselves. That's how you work on a relationship. You hear people say, I want to work on us. Well, I got news for you. You don't work on us. I don't work on us. We work on us by me working on me and you working on you. And working on yourself is it requires a level of intelligence and maturity, emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, psychological maturity. Because it's like a fish in water. The fish does not understand what the fuck water is. It's really hard sometimes to see your own flaws because you're the fish in water. And that water is all you've ever known, So, yeah, this could be saved. It could. It could. But if you can't get this person to look at themselves, it won't. It won't. You know what I think helps? And this helps. Maybe you've already done this, but for those of you who haven't tried this, think about this. One thing that helps is when you just be the bigger person and you demonstrate what needs to be done. Like you've probably already told this person all about themselves a million times. Well, when you do that, it's really natural. When our character is being attacked, it's natural to defend yourself. It's very natural. Okay. So, of course, when I'm coming at you, telling you what you're doing wrong and everything it pisses you off, it pisses me off about you and this and that, blah, 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 of course you're going to throw your guard up. It's human nature. Of course you're going to. So what I'm going to do is after I've done told you about yourself, I'm going to say, okay, that's what you need to work on. Now, I'm an imperfect human too. Here's the things I need to work on. I'm going to be the bigger person and I'll go first. I'm going to work on me. And fucking do it. And let them watch you do it over time. They have to witness you over time, working on your emotional triggers. Most of the time, that will inspire them because you went first to say, oh, okay, well, maybe I am safe to throw my guard down and put my ego aside and work on myself. That works wonders. It works wonders. It's not 100%. It's not 100%. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. But that greatly increases the chances of influencing them to do the same. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Earth sign family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, Information for personal readings is in the description. The weekly live $25 readings are now on Sunday, okay? Everything else works the same. You can pre-order on my website anytime, any hour of the day or night. They're read in the order of which they come in on Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so that'll be tomorrow, okay? So I'm still doing 24-hour readings only, though. And don't forget to grab up my new course, Manifesting Financial Abundance. It'll make all my other courses make a lot more sense because there's a really special little Easter egg in that course you ain't going to find nowhere else on the internet, okay? All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.